Okay, so I didn't post trade recap yesterday, but I won $582. I made, and I took four trades. It's supposed to be three. I took this by mistake on NQ, and as you can see, the entry time, the exit time, it was quick, 2 seconds. The cheap was I entered five contracts on NQ, which not MNQ by mistake. So yeah, I lost 175 from it, but then I made 447 on the trade that the same trade idea I entered it, but I entered on MNQ. So yesterday, the first trade, I made actually I lost 321 and then I made 672. So I entered over here and then I got stopped. I have the recording. I got stopped and then I'll show it over here. This was it. My targets my targets were this. As you can see over here on MNQ, sorry, on MNQ, you see how that's why I was looking at NQ also, and then you see now. So I enter and then I get stopped. Enter on the 1 minute, I get stopped. And then I go to the 30 second. We were expecting this gap over here, and I had those clear draw, the three equal lows on NQ. And then I enter, I wait for it to flip, I enter, and then I was like, I think that like we're just gonna go to it. Like I knew that we're gonna go to it. We had three equal lows over here and a data wick over here, so I knew that this was a very strong draw liquidity. I enter, and then I'm looking at NQ. Because I didn't want NQ to take it out and then MNQ not to take it out. And as you can see, I just moved it honestly, and then it hit. So that was a trade, and now I have 335. So then the second trade's over here. It was at 10:15. At 10:15. Okay, so let me skip a little bit. Uh, I'm not sure why it does this every time I go on replay mode, but let me just do this and then so over here. So we had those lows over here. I enter over here. We come to the 50% of this range of here to here. Let me show you. Here to here, we come to the 50% of it. So then I was looking for a short. I would have preferred it to take this, but unfortunately didn't. We got this inverse over here. And then we came back up. I think my entry was around here, if I'm not mistaken. I have it here. So I enter over here on NQ. I like around over here on NQ, and then I just go out directly, and then I enter again. And then I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit tilted over here, and then like you will see it. You will see it. I was a bit. I was thinking, you know what? I think I should just lock in my profits and like go back because as you can see, I lost 170 over here, so I was a bit annoyed. So then I waited a little bit. I didn't want to go back here honestly, and then you can see me moving my stop my TP because I was honestly very tilted. and then we respected this gap. Very, very, very nice. And I just move, and we had this low resistance liquidity on the 30-second. So then I just move it. I just go break even over here. Yeah, I just decided to go break even over here, and that was it. It was frustrating because, and then I just menu look at myself directly. It was frustrating because I took it on NQ instead of MLQ, which bothered me a bit. And yeah, that was just really straight. So today's trade, I took over here. I have the recording even over here. So coming to the day, I'll show you here. Nice. I don't know why it's like that. This is the hourly. I thought this is the 1 minute chart. So we manipulated upside, and then we respect this gap. I enter at around over here. I get stopped up at break even, and then I enter again as I see it flipping. I had this low over here as a target, and this low. So you will see in the recording over here. So I enter. My stop was over here. This I didn't want to come back, especially with this wick. I go break even over here, this low, and then I'm looking at ES. I just wait a little bit. I wanted to go a bit more down. Yeah, now I go, and then I just get start to break even, which is very, very unfortunate because I would have rather flush down, go down more, and then we go back up. And then so the trade idea was based on over here. We came to the 50% of this range from here till here, and then we got a beautiful rejection from the 0.50 and 930. This is 930 over here, and we had those lows over here. So you know, I liked it a lot, and then we were expecting this 30-second gap over here. So then I enter over here for contracts. This is a protected high in my opinion. I don't want to see it get swept, and then I add another one, and now the 1 minute closes. We just flush down, and then I put an alert on ES, and I go break even, and that was a trade. It's unfortunate because I had even another trade over here, which I got sort of break even. I entered over here. The thing is, I'm not sure why my fill hasn't been the best. Enter over here, and then I got sort of break even. I went to break even over here. I got stopped at break even, which is unfortunate. Oh, sorry, it might have been over here, and then my break even was this point, which is unfortunate. And then we respected this beautifully. I would have entered over here, honestly, but it's fine. I would have, but I didn't. It's fine because I had the daily trade limit, which is fine. And yeah, those were the trades for today. So as you can see, the stats. Last week, I think it was very, very tough. Even the week before that, I will show you on my other combine. And then we made it back. So slowly but surely, as you can see, I was down very, very much, honestly. And now we're back up to positive. So yeah, this is it. So if you guys want to see anything, let me know, and then I will post it. And yeah, hopefully you guys also had a good day and have had a good week. I think this week has been very, very good, but we need to just be more cautious, especially with everything that's happening with the news and everything. Just need to be more cautious. And yeah, hopefully if you guys want to see backtesting video, I'll probably be posting a backtesting video on Saturday. And yeah, so if you guys can like and subscribe, be very graceful, and hopefully you guys will.